Hello my friend and welcome back to your daily dose of Broodwar. We've got Mong over here in the bottom left and Bess down in the bottom right for a bit of a series here. Not between these two players, but we're just gonna get a bunch of Mong going. He's been ripping up the ladder recently, just tearing it up. He is like 4th or 5th on the ladder right now. I'll throw it up on the screen where he's at. 27-23 at the moment. He is number 5 on the ladder, so he's been killing it. He's been getting himself into ASL shape here for 2024. These two games that we're about to watch are from the very recent past, just the last couple of days. Actually, excuse me, about a week ago. Well, would you look at that? I thought those were more recent, but he hasn't been playing on this account very much. Maybe he's playing on a different account. It tends to be that these high-ranking players don't put in a huge amount of games on their highest accounts. Like, they try to get one account as high as possible, and then they just kind of leave it there and keep themselves on the leaderboard. If they keep playing over and over again, they tend to derank themselves. That's why I thought it was really interesting to see Barracks, who seemed to be playing a lot on his very high ranked account when he was number 1. Eventually he did derank. I think he's like level, or what is he on the ladder right now? Like, I don't even think he's on the first page. I think he's like 12th, 15th, something like that. But he was playing a huge amount. Mong kind of doing something similar, but not playing on this account as much. So we've got these two games here. We've got Best first. Then we're going to be going into a game versus Snow. So we'll see how he's doing here in his best matchup, which is his TVP. TVP. Definitely not my strong suit, but Mong loves this matchup. This is definitely his strongest performance coming from these TVP games. He's going to start out here with a command center. Gas is fast expand here for Mong. Hasn't built even a single marine just yet, realizing that skipping the zealot is best. What? Oh, being sneaky here. Did you see that? He started rain, or he started a +1 air weapon to make it look like he was getting range, and then canceled it the moment that Mong's SCV left the base. Now, will Mong come back in and double check this? Or is he just going to be locked out of the main from here on in? We're going to see something sneaky coming out of Bess pretty soon, and I don't see a robo just yet. He doesn't have the money to throw it down. He might want to go for a proxy robo, try to break this wide open here. That could be a really smart play. But Mong coming around, going behind this first Dragoon. Second Dragoon gonna pop out. He should be able to deny scouting with the second Dragoon. It's very important that he does so. Okay, actually range has now started. Interesting that he started the range early and then canceled it. Or started the +1 attack early and then canceled it. Now that he's got range coming on again, coming up again, it's kind of funny that he decided to make that choice, right? Like, why exactly would you want to cancel the, or why would you want to fake early range and then without throwing anything else down, you know, cancel the attack upgrade and then start early range? That's a very strange set of circumstances. I'm at a loss here as to what best plan actually was. I feel like maybe he wanted to throw down an early robo, but then he saw that the SCV was gonna get in and he decided to start range. But I'm just, yeah, I'm not 100% sure, guys. Trying to get into the mind of a Protoss player right now. It's not quite working out for me here. He's gonna see that there's no range just yet. The range finishes up. 3 Dragoons will start to hit this bunker, so he will get some pressure on, but there's already a tank on the way. So he's only going to be able to hit this bunker for a very short period of time. A 4th Dragoon should be coming out here momentarily, and that's when things get a little bit scary, but No, he's not going to be able to do too much here. Mong should be very careful with this first tank. We're going to have a third base at about 5:30. Very early third base here for Best. Getting a bit greedy. He knows that things haven't gone entirely his way thus far, so he's going to try and get as greedy as possible to try and make up those deficits. First tank is out, going for the volley. He almost gets it. Gonna run all the way by here. SCVs have to be pulled. Oh, the Dragoons are gonna run right inside. One of them does get trapped though. This is the danger here of running by into the main. You might get trapped by the SCVs. He will get a second tank though. It looks like he does. Second Dragoon now gonna get trapped here. Mong doing a good job of tracking down and trapping those Dragoons. These two are about to explode into blue goo. There's the first one. Second one will go down as well. God, it's satisfying when those things blow up. But now, what is Best looking like? He killed 2 tanks. So it's unlikely that Mong will be able to push here anytime soon. But he lost 4 Dragoons, which is making it a little bit tempting to push out. Maybe Mong will take a really fast third base. I think that might be the plan here. Taking a really quick third base could leave him in a good advantage. Moving forward with 4 Marines and 3 tanks. It's a bit dangerous. He doesn't actually know that a third base is up here. But this is actually a pretty decent move against what Best has done so far. Just pure Dragoons popping out right now. He did get the Observer out. Gonna try and mount this high ground. This is where a lot of Terran players end up getting broken. Trying to go up this high ground is very dangerous. And start to lay down mines on top of this. Nice target on that one tank, but oh, the tank does go down. He doesn't pull it back quite far enough there. And the Dragoons will defend from the high ground. It's so tough to push across the map. On Apocalypse. Apocalypse, with that high ground, it spans so far. You kind of have to figure out where the opponent's army is, generate a threat in one area, and then come up the high ground in another area. Some probes getting picked off here. We'll get like 2, 3 maybe probes, and he's seen now the third base is completely finished pre-8 minutes here, which is a big tell as to where Best is at in this game. He's already up to 50 probes despite losing a couple here early on. And Mong gonna add on a bunch of factories. All right, Mong has seen all he needs to see here. Best has been a little bit too greedy, and it's time to get out and punish. But has he lost too much this game? You know, 3 tanks went down, I think, in the main, or 2 tanks went down in the main, and then a 3rd tank went down in that last push. So his tank number has been reduced consistently throughout this game. And so will he actually have the numbers, the raw numbers, to push across and actually take the fight to Best? Best is going to start to add on a lot of gateways here, going up to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should be enough to take on the 5 racks of Mong. It'll just be up to Best to hit his pylons and get his Zealot speed as well. He's even going into Arbiter Tribunal, so he's going to have Arbiters here pretty soon. This is going to be a hard push for Mong to make work. He has a starport on the way. He's getting into a science facility, so maybe he's not going all in with 5 factory. Maybe he wants to take a 3rd, but he's just going to be very careful about it. I'm not sure I like this. I wish that instead of doing that push across the map that we saw earlier, if he had just moved forward and taken the 3rd immediately, there's no way that Best would have broken him with the small number of gateways that he had at that time, and only about 5, 6 Dragoons because he lost so many early on. It should have been an easy hold and a quick 3rd, but now the 3rd's coming up. It's still before 11 minutes. It's quite a bit before. So this should finish up around 10:30. And once that's done, we're gonna have Mong on 3 bases. He's gonna be getting into his double upgrades here, adding on, oh, this is only +1 being finished up now, so in a finish +1 should be jumping right into +2. And Best is already on 4 bases, so 4 base for Best. He's going to be in a very nice macro position here. And he will have Arbiters as well. So he's got the tech. He's got the macro. How is he going to play this one out? I would say Arbiter recalls in the back here. Very, very strong on Apocalypse. This area right here, so worth it. If you come through this, come through down here, maybe along the edge, and recall over this, can kill both the armories back here, and it's very hard for Mong to get his forces from here all the way back up into the back of the main base. It's super, super difficult. Another base going down for Best right now. I love his macro position that he finds himself in. Gonna be chasing these vultures all the way up into the top right-hand corner. Mong probably not gonna find this probe back here either, unfortunately for him. We'll only be able to lay down some mines and draw these dragoons into a silly location. More zealots popping out now. First arbiter should be just about complete. I don't see it just yet, but it should be out here on the field shortly, and we've gone for stasis as well. Directly into recall after that. First arbiter is out here. 40 seconds away from it, the first stasis being available. So he will have stasis for this next fight coming up. Oh, one mine does connect. Oh, a drop back here. Okay. Pretty good damage with this drop, actually. 5 kills on this one tank. The tank getting some reasonable damage here, but still 70 probes available for Best right now. Not... Oh, where is this going? Oh boy, this actually could end up getting caught here. That's a lot of probes heading up towards the top left or top center. 12 o'clock. He wants to get that saturated here. But look at that. The vulture's gonna turn and start to kill these probes, getting quite a few of those kills. These tanks gonna be on the retreat now. Tank with 2 kills, and Master Sergeant pushing away those dragoons. Probes have to be careful moving too far forward here right now. Gonna be escorted up into the top center. One vulture in the back there with no kills. Gonna be hiding in a annoying location. But shouldn't get any more damage here for Mong. Mong still sitting on 3 bases, adding on more factories. Thought that was an arbiter for a second, but no arbiter coming into the main just yet. First arbiter has 125 energy. It's just about that time where we could see a recall coming out. Needs to go for some more kills on some probes here over at the top right. But so far, just hanging back. Now gonna go in for those probe kills. 72, 71, dropping that probe count slightly. Looks like he is gonna clear all of this out. Has a few Goliaths now, and the army supply is getting pretty big. 160 now for Mong, but with 2 arbiters out and quite a lot of energy on them. Oh, okay. 1 arbiter over on this side, but the EMP might come through. Pushing that arbiter away. Very good by Mong. Catching that and shoving it back. Do not want to get recalled right now as your army is coming across the map. Arbiters here. Ready with the stasis. I think we're going to utilize stasis here to beat this big fighting force for Mong. Oh, he should get the most dirty stasis here you've ever seen. Oh my god. Another great stasis there at the back. That's going to be pushing up over this high ground, but he's stasis so many tanks at this point. He should be able to break this. It's a pretty good fight overall for Mong. The fact that a lot of these zealots are kind of bunching up, and the zealots have almost all run out now. Last few zealots are going to get on top of this army, and the arbiter's doing a really good job here lowering this overall tank count in this fight. Very, very well done. But I think that Mong should be able to push out here. Okay, we've got 1 more stasis. 1 more stasis. You should drop that again. Nice. Once again, locking down these 3 tanks. As soon as these unsiege, all 3 of these tanks are going to end up going down. Some vultures trying to run by, trying to plant some mines. Best in a little trouble. Almost losing some of these dragoons here. Dragoons going down, but That's going to stay on top of this. He's still got 2 Arbiters to work with. A third has come out as well. I'm going to try and finish off these 5 tanks. That is a clutch stasis. 5 tanks in 1 stasis is so brutal. Best's going to start to move out on the map. Some probes being transferred up and around. Will have to be escorted here by the Dragoons, which will give an opportunity for Mong to start to get some big probe kills here. He's going to push everything back, and with the mines blocking, going to be able to pick off every single probe there. Very annoying stuff for Best to have to deal with. He just lost a ton of probes, down to just 68 now. Still a reasonable number, but he would love to get this saturated in the top left, and he just hasn't been able to do it as of yet. Mong playing a great game so far, but his first push was denied. He'll have to go back to the drawing board here and try to take this 4th base before his main and natural run out. They are getting very low over here. Now running by, he's actually not properly defended this base down here at the bottom center. He'll have to move some units to stop this from going down. This command center is super important here. This command center is just about to go down, and it does get canceled. Ouch, that is painful. Very painful for Mong. He should have been, you know, a little bit lower on this ramp here. If he had some tanks down here, they could be covered by the high ground, but they would also stop that run by from coming through. Now with the run by having happened here, things are not looking good for Mong. He's going to run out of minerals in the main, and now this recall could come through as well. There's a science vessel. He's looking to try and stasis that. Stasis on the science vessel. 2nd Arbiter going to come flying in now. Then this should be a guaranteed recall. Mong already pulling everything back here. We've got the upgrades coming through. Is he going to be able to deny them? Not a lot of Dragoons in this army. Mostly Zealot. He's going to be targeting down that armory as best that as he can. This is, of course, the armory with the attack upgrade. That +3 going to be denied here. And yeah, +3 has been stopped. Very nice recall for Best. Picking that armory off is a huge benefit to him. Looks like the next armor upgrade is going to finish. +3 armor will be finishing up here soon, but that's not nearly as important here as the attack upgrade. Oh my gosh. We're going to get a kill. A 4th kill on this Arbiter. Are you kidding me? That is kind of wild. I wonder if he was clearing mines with that earlier. Big army moving through the center. Best is maxed. No 4th base coming up just yet for Mong. I don't see a command center being placed anywhere. So he's actually deciding to move in full force here against Best. And I think this could possibly be the death of him. If he loses this next army, he's not going to be able to recreate another one, because look at that. No money in the natural. He desperately needs a 4th right now. You know what? I'm going to change the colors here. I'm sorry I didn't do that earlier, guys. Brown on this tile set is kind of dirty. I really should have done that before. But now we can clearly see with red Terran moving forward here against Best. Blue Protoss. Is he going to be able to hold everything back? We've got Arbiters here with stasis energy. A few units moving around this side. They're not going to be able to get far with mines connecting on them. Those Dragoons are going to go down very quickly. Chasing down some of these Zealots here. Mong splitting the army of Best right now between 2 high grounds. High ground on the left, high ground on the right. Will he be able to crush this army? Taking the base over here at the center left now. Mong spreading himself thin, but clearing the middle and holding the middle. It'll be up to Best to start to get some recalls on these bases around the map now. Remember, we do not have +3. It's just been started here for Mong. So not having that +3 is a big deal right now. This is kind of the last army that Mong's been able to put together. He's going to shove forward here with 185 supply. If this army dies, Mong is dead in the water. He has to make this work right here, right now. So he's going to siege up on the high ground. It's a very deadly location to have a Terran army siege just outside of your natural. There's the recall onto the 4th base. This is kind of a kill move for Best. Killing off this 4th base is brutal, brutal damage. Mong gonna slowly shove here through that natural while taking out this 4th base, but there's still so many bases around the map, and another rally has been set up here for Best. He's got multiple units to work with. He's got multiple arbiters to work with. We're gonna have to see perfect comsats going on for Mong. He doesn't have enough vultures to actually clear this up. Another great stasis here. 5 tanks in a stasis. No comsat here. He's losing a bunch of tanks for free right now. There we go. Finally comsatting this. Finally getting that scan going, but he's gonna lose all of these tanks. Oh no. Mong falling apart a bit here, but Best having a lot of money right now. He's actually supply blocked here, or just about to be. Having 10,000 minerals? What is happening? What is actually going on right now? How can we have 10,000 minerals here? That is crazy to me. Oh, looks like he got an EMP on this. The EMP went down here. That is huge. Mong gonna clear up some of these arbiters, and Best actually the one now starting to fall apart. Here comes a rally across the map. He's gonna try and shut down this 4th. He knows all I need to do is shut down your 4th base, Mong, and you will not be able to reproduce army. But vultures making their way down here. A couple of D-Matrix as well, helping out with those tanks, keeping them alive, very low on that HP, both of these, but almost invulnerable to attacks with that D-Matrix on them. Arbiter flying away here. Doesn't have much energy left on that anymore. Has enough for 1 stasis. Best with 8,000 minerals in the bank. What is happening right now? How is he not able to macro this baby out? He should be able to get a massive army going here. He's not mining his gases, though. I can only make zealots right now. And that's probably not what he needs to actually win this game. Mong pushing up towards the top left. Did Best just like have to answer the door or something? What happened here? His mom was calling him from the other room? I don't understand what's going on right now. He's still playing at 280 APM. A recall gonna come down here to the bottom center. There's the big recall. Gonna shut down this 4th. Yeah, this 4th is dead. 4th base gonna fall here for Mong. He doesn't have really any income right now. His 3rd base is just about dried up here. Best still with 7k minerals in the bank right now. He needs more pylons actually at the moment. Not going to be able to kill that command center. This command center in the center left will be set down. Arbiter here at the top center. Nice. Couple of stasis going out here. You bring this whole army together. He should be able to crack this. Actually, the barrier of the stasis is going to be a problem if he attacks into this. Oh, here's a recall at the back, though. Ooh, really nice job here by Best. He should be able to clear this now. Oh my goodness, he actually crushes this army. Mong losing everything right now. And still 7,000 minerals in the bank for Best. He's gonna jump on top of these tanks, but vultures coming up are gonna help to clear that. This next force coming up here. Gonna continue to push forward here for Mong. Losing the science vessel, unfortunately, there. We don't have another arbiter, though. What happened to all the arbiters that were in that army? Did they all get cleared up? This army moving over towards the center left. Mong actually needs to retreat right now to keep that alive. But Best is not really mining off of anything at the moment. Here comes a stasis. Oh, a recall here from the main, I think. A bunch of units being brought back from there. 21 probes remain right now. Just 21, and Best is actually down in supply. Has Mong done it? He's mining on 1 base. He's got so little money here right now. Best should be able to crank out a 200 army with the amount of money he's got in the pocket at the moment. Gotta send some more units out here. He's got 3 more arbiters to work with. Gonna be chasing back these probes. Chasing away at the army supply here of Best. Best moving around looking for more bases that Mong might have potentially taken, but he's taking this base in line with his push. Looks like Best gonna come through towards this entrance here. He's gonna drop a couple of stasis, but losing his arbiter is not very good. One arbiter does go down. Best jumping on top of all of this, bringing the arbiters forward here. He's gonna try and break over at the center left. He might be able to get on top of this. He checks over here, but that's way too much army. Oh no. Best losing control of his army there, feeding into a bunch of tanks. Really unfortunate stuff there for him. Lost a lot of army supply to very little from Mong, but now he's taken the supply lead once again. Dropping another stasis here, but unable to break this base. And Mong actually mining on more bases right now than Best himself. Arbiter here with no energy will get taken out. How many arbiters do we actually have right now? I don't think that it's many. I think we might have none at this point. Okay, 1 arbiter there. That is it. Is he gonna come in for the recall? He doesn't have the energy to do so. Gonna instead fall back for now. Wait for that energy to build up. Base coming down here at the bottom center. Best needs to deny that. He should be trying to take another base out here on the map as well, because... Oh, an EMP goes down on that. Very nice by Mong. Getting rid of that arbiter energy is huge. There will not be a recall for this position. Best is really falling apart now, down to just 900 minerals. I thought this might have been a broken replay when I saw that 10k bank. But it seems like they're both still playing here. It was very strange to see Best gonna lapse on his macro to such an extent. Gonna push forward here. Ooh, a great EMP there from Mong. Mong going to lose a lot of his tanks on this top side to a ton of zealots. Dropping down in supply here. Zealot's gonna get on top of this, but I think Mong has done it. He just barely held on. Mong gonna push all of this back, and with the mining in the top left, he should be able to take this game. Zealot's running forward here, but if it's just pure Zealot, the Vulture tank will demolish that army. Pure Zealot not gonna do well against this composition. Science Vessel might end up getting taken out here by the Arbiter, which has hilariously 1 kill. Actually, maybe not. Go for the low HP tank. You should be able to pick it off eventually. Mong closing in on a win here. GG. Best taps out. Huh. What an interesting game there. Why did Best have 10,000 minerals? I am not sure what exactly happened. It seemed like Best kind of had this game after killing the 4th base, but Mong really gutted it out in the late game. Eventually got this base online, eventually broke in up here at the top left and got another base in the way of his push, but that's just Best. He's a little bit inconsistent now and again. His next opponent is going to be Snow. Should be a much different game. Let's jump into that one. All right, Mong here versus Snow. Snow over in the top right-hand corner. Snow is crazy high level on the ladder right now. Definitely saw him just a moment ago here on the ladder. Yeah, he's sitting at 2567, so still a little ways below where Mong's at right now at 2723. But I mean, the top like 3 players on ladder, actually, now that I'm looking at it, the top 3 players on ladder right now are actually bots. People who are just drop hacking for their wins. Sitting at 2977. So really, there's no one that can reach 3000 MMR. It's actually not possible. Even if you're a drop hacker, 3000 MMR is the ceiling. So if you're at 2723, that's pretty darn good. The first real person that I see who is at a like the first on the list, the first real person is Rush 2808. That's kind of the cap. That's kind of the highest level that you can be at right now. Let me know in the comments if you want to see some Rush games from the ladder here. We might pull some out in the near future. I'm a little disappointed in Best that last game, man. What the heck happened with him? Like, I actually feel that he got distracted by something. Ended up with 10k minerals. Kind of crazy. And Mong gets that win there. It was hard fought. I don't want to say it was a free win, but he got a little bit lucky, I think, against Best, who, if he hadn't let up, if he had continued to macro out, and you know, I think he could have overwhelmed Mong there. He was doing a great job of denying bases over and over again, but Mong eventually got into those extra bases, and I don't think that Snow's gonna give him the same breaks, man. Snow is a killer. He is devious. And he should be tracking down Mong here. I would say definitely Snow has the edge over Mong. Even in this matchup, Mong's best match, it's going to be a real struggle here to take down Snow. We are on Polypoid, which is a map that every Terran player should be totally comfortable with. And Mong has opened with the factory, with the gas. Only one SCV in the gas, so we're not going to see like a 2 racks or a 2 factory or anything like that. Even though we don't have any information on that from Snow. Snow doesn't see that there's not a 2 racks coming. He will bring the Dragoon over here and just move forward, check, make sure that there's actually a CC building, and then he will be able to confirm that. Should be fine. Trying to get some shots on some of these Marines, but Mong doing a good job of bouncing back and forth, keeping the low HP Marine in the back, doing as much damage as possible. Dragoon already losing some of his shields. Second SCV gonna come in, try to run up this ramp. Looks like it will be tracked down. One more shot. There it is. Gets the kill. Here you go. A little bit of dancing action going on between these two. Getting some extra shots off there. Mong allowing Snow to see the CC though. That CC has been spotted, so Snow knows that no shenanigans are coming through here. He's gonna be fine to just get into his robo. Start to pump out the Reaver here. Snow's spirit animal. The Scarab Slug. Gonna be hitting the field here relatively soon, I would say. It's very rare instance that Snow decides to go for Observer and not go into Reaver. Just not going into Reaver in general is really not Snow's style. Moving around these mines here, being careful not to trigger that one. Really nicely done. He's actually gonna get the kill there as well. That was very well done by Snow, preventing that mine from going off and picking off the first Vulture. Vulture does manage to throw down mines at one of those expansions, so that's some good news, at least for Snow. We don't have the Reaver tech out just yet, but he's going to be able to drop his third here even before the Observer gets out on the map, which is always nice as a Protoss player to just get that Observer out here. Going to be feeling pretty good from this situation. Second refinery on the way as he pumps up that factory count. Dragoons should be clearing out this fourth base location so that he can drop a Nexus there pretty soon. We're only at 6 minutes here, and the third base is on the way, but I wouldn't put it past Snow to go for an even more aggressive fourth base. Only on 35 workers so far, so maybe that is too aggressive too soon. I have a bit of PTSD, I'll be honest, guys, playing against Protoss' Terran. It's like, man, they can really do anything. It's so hard to tell what's too greedy. Like, what is too greedy for a Protoss player? You can see it's got 3 gates. If he dropped a Nexus right now, would that be too greedy? Would you have to punish that as the Terran player, or would you try to punish that, come across the map, and just get slapped down? And like, no way, you could never punish that. He's just gonna keep producing workers, and he's gonna have a Reaver, or he's just gonna keep producing units out of these gates. He's gonna have a Reaver, and he's just gonna slap you. I can never tell. It's so hard to tell in this matchup what exactly is too greedy for the Protoss. Armory here spinning. We're gonna have that +1 here pretty shortly. Will he be getting a science facility though? If you don't see a starport coming up when the +1 is about halfway done, you should have a starport, because then when the starport finishes, you build the science facility, you can immediately start +2, but we don't see that. So it looks like Mong wants to put on some pressure and maybe even go for a kill move here. Only 1 machine shop spinning, despite him having double gas geysers. I think that's a mistake. I think that's actually a mistake. You don't need that much gas. And you can see a buildup of gas here right now. Looks like he's gonna lose 1 tank right off the bat. A great shot from the first Reaver. Ooh, great mines though coming from behind here. Was this a mistake by Snow? Wow, clearing out a lot of these Dragoons. Where is Mong going with this attack? Kind of funny, he's heading southward. Gets another good shot with that Reaver, but Reaver should be taking some damage here. Has all its shields knocked off. We'll take 1 more shot. Oh, not quite getting the kill on these tanks right now. Needs to go back and actually pick up some more Reavers to pick up. Ooh, a lot of probes just went down. This is going very well for Mong right now. But only these 3 tanks are very low. Actually, all 4 tanks are very, very low. Watch how they just explode here as the Reavers drop on top of them. Ouch. All of these tanks are going to go down. The Nexus was very close to falling here, but it is going to survive. We only have +1 armor on the way, so Mong loses that push. And we're just going to get back to mining here on the third base. Now, okay. If he had taken a 4th base, I guess he would have just straight up died. Even with 6 gateways and Reaver production, it was barely enough to hold off Mong here. And Mong gonna go back and kind of lick his wounds right now. Is he actually gonna make a science facility? Or yeah, he makes the starport. He's gonna make the science facility now with the 2nd armory on the way. That means he's gonna go into +2. +2 will be a little bit delayed, however, because of that push. But did Mong do enough damage with that? He killed quite a few probes. But I'm not sure if it was actually enough. I'm gonna come in and spot that next base, the 3rd command center. Will be coming down here shortly. Reavers being dropped. Gonna take 1 shot. Looks like it should not connect. Oh, it does connect. Does some damage too. That's kind of funny. And Mong, I mean, he's lost a lot of tanks, man. He's lost a lot of tanks. I don't know what he should have done. Maybe after killing all the probes, just unsiege and go home. It still seems like probably the Reavers would have tracked him down, like ran him down and killed off those tanks. But the way it is right now, dude, he lost a lot. Gonna kill this shuttle, loses both Reavers. But coming up and clearing out the Goliaths is pretty darn good. More Reavers probably going to get made here for Snow, who actually starts a Stargate, a little bit surprisingly. Gonna come forward with the tanks. Try to take this third base as swiftly as you can, and we're already at 11 minutes, so this is kind of the latest timing that you really want to be taking your third base at. 11 minutes here on the clock as he grabs that base. Pretty nicely done, considering, you know, there's no Reavers here. It makes it a lot simpler to take this base. It is still tough against a player the caliber of Snow, but you know, he tried to slow that down. Not very successful. Dragoons will head on back home. The fourth base is done and ready for Snow. Hasn't added on many more gateways just yet, but a second Stargate. So we're gonna go into 3 Stargate and Carrier from here. We'll have to pay attention to Mong's view when he actually finds out about this. It's very important that we see, well, not that we see, but that he see. That's what's really important. That he actually finds out about this carrier transition as soon as possible, because he could hit a very nice 2-2 timing. Let's take a look. Scan at the front. No information just yet. Scan again. He sees it. There it is. Mong spots it right as the Stargates are warping in. This is the perfect timing for him to see that, but I don't see any carriers being morphed. Do you? No carriers being warped in. I think we're just gonna see mass production, and actually he's gone for the damage upgrade on Reaver, and this is something I've seen him do a lot recently. Snow has been doing Reaver damage a lot. Okay, there's 3 carriers being produced. Did he scan that again? No. Carriers are on the way here. Reaver damage is coming out as well. It's time. It is time for Snow to make this push happen, but he's taking another base right now. That is not what I expected. I guess he's going to push and take 12 o'clock, or maybe he'll push and take center left. He could also send an SCV down and just start taking a base in the bottom left. That's always a good move as well, but it looks like Snow is on top of that. He sees the SCV. I would put my CC down here. Just tuck it in a little corner there. Try to make a base. If it doesn't work out, it's fine, but if you get a base down here, carriers are going to take a long time to rotate to the bottom left, so they're unlikely to ever attack that. As long as you have a couple of tanks up here and some mines, maybe a turret or 2, it's going to be very hard for just like a small, you know, excursionary force of ground units to get over there and actually deal with that. Now, we've already got 3 carriers out. No, these first 3 carriers are just about to pop, looks like. First 3 carriers are just about to pop here. We're going to get the improved capacity upgrade there. Bonus points if you know what that upgrade is called, because I cannot remember. Here comes Mong out on the map now. Full Goliath rally coming forward here. Where is this command center going to go? Is he going to be sending it out here? Reavers are going to get their first couple of shots, dealing some big damage to one of these tanks, taking quite a bit of damage as well. There goes the shuttle. And one more shot there on the tank, but great targeting there by Mong. Most of his vultures have been cleared, but his tank count is still pretty high. His Goliaths are pumping out here. Carriers are coming to the front line. This is Mong's moment. Can he break through? Setting up on this low ground. He's got quite a bit of space for his Goliaths on the top side here. Just deal damage to those carriers. Pushing forward, he will kill this base, but looks like Snow is prepared for this. He has a base down here at the bottom right, taking more bases down there in that area to keep his income going. 3 more carriers are close to popping, but they will not have interceptors for quite some time. These carriers losing some of their interceptors before this next fight actually occurs. Great leapfrogging by Mong, who actually needs to send up his reinforcements here. Pure Vulture and Goliath reinforcements coming forward. Snow backing away further and further. Mong looks like he might be able to take this game right here, right now. As he pushes in towards the natural, he's going to be able to kill a ton of probes here. Next 3 carriers are out. These first 3 carriers have their interceptors now. Finally gonna target down one of these tanks. No, he doesn't get it. Okay, he finally kills the tank, but my god, that took a long time to get that one tank, and so many probes have actually fallen. He kills that Reaver as well that was sucked in here. I think if Mong unsieges and goes down to the bottom right to kill this, I think he should just straight up win this game. I don't think pushing into the main is going to be the right choice, though. Pushing up into the main could be the death of him. A shuttle coming over here to the top center is going to drop and kill this base. Mong has another base in the bottom left, though. Sieging up here on the low ground. He's going to start to push northward. He needs to secure another gas right now, though. He's actually pretty low on that gas overall. 4 carriers going to pop out in another few seconds, by the way. 4 more carriers just about to pop out here. And I don't know about this for Mong. I think he needs to spread out and actually, you know, keep Goliaths back at home. Send tanks down to the bottom right to kill some bases while he secures this gas here. Okay, he's going to come up onto this high ground. This looks bad, actually. I think you need to stick to the middle of the map. Going up this ramp is pretty tough. The carriers are going to be able to go up here and abuse you as you come up this ramp here as the Terran player. He's not able to hit the actual nexus from this low ground, or from the low ground here, and he's going to start to lose tanks. Tanks are going down very quickly. Not a whole lot Mong can do about that. He's just firing his rockets here kind of uselessly into the air right now. Looks like he's going to lose another tank to a couple of goons. And he looks like he's going to break out as well. Oh my gosh. 9 carriers now. This is where things get very, very scary for Mong. Mong going to take a bunch of bases. I love this decision. Taking a whole bunch of bases around the map because there's really not that mobile ground force anymore to come out and actually stop that from happening. But he needs to get down here. He truly needs to get down here. He's going to let these probes escape. Oh, he's jumping on top of a carrier. He gets one, dropping the total count back down to 8. So only, oh wait, 9. There's 9 carriers right now. 9 carriers here in total. He's going to jump on another one. He gets another carrier, but trading out quite a few Goliaths for the pleasure. Now jumping on top again. This time not able to connect on the carriers very well. And I think the carriers are going to be able to get over here and deny this base. He's going to start to build some turrets, looks like, but this is way too late. He needs to transfer workers and get this next gas online. So important that Mong does not falter here. He needs to get more bases online and continue this production. He is ahead in supply. He's got these great upgrades. He's got plenty of units. Oh, +2 is done already on these carriers. So +3 is about to finish as well. That's kind of wild. Carriers are kind of trapped up here right now, and they do not have ground reinforcements. So as long as Mong keeps on sending units down here and he keeps Goliaths on this side, the carriers really have nowhere to go. Kind of falling apart a little bit here. Mong trying to track down these carriers, but losing a lot of Goliaths for free right now. Okay, he does get 1 carrier kill. But this is still a good number of carriers here. Still 7 carriers fighting. No more carriers in production at the moment. Trying to track these down. He does need to get on top of these carriers. The tanks are down here, finally hitting this nexus. He actually needs to move forward and finish off that nexus right now. Goliath's moving southward. They're going to cut off these carriers, which are heading down to maybe cut off some of these bases. He's going to be able to block that for now. Getting in. He's going to kill this next base here. Trying to move out on the map right now, but he actually can't. Mines are blocking the army of snow from getting out on the map. He's going to lose all the probes. There's only 22 probes left. Moving over towards the center left. This command center is going to come up. Mong doing the right thing, expanding in different directions because the carriers cannot be everywhere at once. But this is 10 carriers here. Going to immediately gun down this command center. Have to evacuate the SCVs here. And he may end up losing both of these command centers in the bottom left as well. Few goons seem to have slipped out on the map, but literally no mining left for snow right now. There goes another command center. That's gonna fall. SCVs need to be evacuated. SCVs need to be sent to the top center. And we need to see Mong bump up that supply a little bit more. He's only at 131, but he's already 30 supply ahead of Snow right now. These carriers doing so much work right now. Can Mong pull it together? He just needs to get enough Goliaths out here so he can knock down all the interceptors. If he's able to do that, his path to victory should be clear. All his army is here in the middle of the map. The carriers are gonna go for the main. Oh my god, the carriers are gonna go for the main, guys. He's got to get over here. He has to get over here and block this. Do not let the carriers get by you right now. He's gonna jump forward, setting up some tanks right now. The carriers are going to work on these Goliaths. Goliaths are doing their best with their missiles to shoot down all of the interceptors. Still way more money. 50 SCVs here for Mong. He's mining so much better. He's a full 20 supply ahead. He kills off all the interceptors. He's gonna knock back these carriers. Carriers have to be pulled away right now. Mong getting in there, dropping some more mines here. He does need to worry about this force. There's only 3 pros mining at the natural long distance right now. I think Mong has done it. Few tanks are going to head up here to the top center. They should be able to stop the Goliaths from moving, or from the Dragoons from moving up there. Goliaths here in the middle. They want to jump on top of this so bad, but there are goons here to help out. He's got to back away from this position, not lose all of these Goliaths. Tanks on high ground going to set up. Goliaths here fighting against all the interceptors right now. His supply is dropping 106 to 95. So many Goliaths are going down right now, but the interceptors are being picked off as well. Still 800 minerals in the bank. One Goliath moving around the backside trying to get some hits on these actual carriers, but the numbers are dropping here. Mong running out of supply. He's trying to jump on these carriers, but the tanks are useless in these fights. He's gonna lose the 12 o'clock, it looks like. 12 may end up going down, and there's no more mining at that third anymore. That third is just about to mine out. Look at that. 28 minerals on one of those patches. He's gonna lose all the mining here, but Mong just does not have the arm anymore. Most of his army's in tanks. Jumping on top of one of these carriers. He gets one. One carrier does indeed fall. It's so hard though right now for Mong to hold on. 800 minerals. All this Protoss player is doing is building interceptors. That is it. That's all he's been doing for the past like 5 minutes of this game. He hasn't been able to do anything else but build interceptors, and he's doing it well. Drawing back these Goliaths a little bit farther. Mong is running out of fuel here. He's at 80 supply remaining. Tanks are going across the map right now. They're just kind of sacrificial though, because the goons are here. They're going to come up and help to clear the Goliaths. I think another carrier goes down. How many carriers do we have left? We still got 8 carriers. Oh, it's painful. 8 carriers. He's going to send 1 carrier back home to clear all of the tanks. I'm going to clear up all of those tanks here, and the Goliaths are going to have to fight against goons and the carriers at the same time. They're not going to be able to do it. Mong is not mining anymore. He's got 34 workers, but nowhere to mine at. Goliath still 2 in production. He's trying to catch these carriers. He just can't. The goons are going to come up. The last of the Goliaths are going to get picked off, and GG is called. Mong gets taken out, but a great game from him. Fighting back against this intense carrier force, man. Carriers. Holy hell. How many kills on each of these? Yeah, that is ridiculous. 18, 20, 14, 17, 10. That's crazy, man. That is so many kills. 16. That is so many kills on these carriers, dude. These things are absolute MVPs in this game. Mong not able to track them down, despite having that great push that killed the natural and this base here. He even killed these bases. He stopped the mining. He did everything right, but outmaneuvered by the carrier. Do you guys think that's balanced? Tell me in the comments that you think that's still balanced when you watch Mong who had like a 40 supply advantage and 2 bases mining when Snow had nothing on the map. He had like 0 probes left. Mining long distance with 3 probes. He still managed to win this game. Let me know if you think that is balanced. Anyways, guys, that's it for your daily dose of Broodwar. I'll see you tomorrow.